Hi friends, today we're going to be starting our new vocabulary for our story Officer Buckle and Gloria. Okay, so our first new vocabulary word is obeys. A careful driver always obeys traffic rules. This driver stops at a stop sign. So obeys mean you're doing what you're supposed to do, right? You're following directions. So we're going to kind of use our rule motion from our meetings as the motion for this. So obeys, we're going to say rule one, follow directions quickly because obeying is following directions. So obeys, we'll just say follow directions quickly. We'll use that motion. Ready? Obeys, follow directions quickly. Perfect. Our next word is safety. The firefighter talks about fire safety. He teaches about staying out of danger. So for safety, it means you're staying out of danger, right? Using the context clues in the sentence. So we're going to think about our story. There's a character that puts a helmet on. That's how she stays safe. So that's what we're going to use for our emotions. We're going to put on a helmet and strap it in. Ready? Safety. So we're kind of safe. So we have obeys, follow directions quickly, and safety. Number 3 is attention. Before crossing the street, stand at attention and look both ways. So if you're at attention, you're focused on what's happening, you're looking for details. Okay, so for attention, we're also going to stand at attention. So this is something you do for the military, police officers, things like that. Stand at attention. And it means they're focused and they're paying attention, right? So they're looking. So we're going to stand attention. Attention. So we have obeys, follow directions quickly, safety, and attention. Very good job. Number 4 is buddy. Never swim alone. Always swim with a buddy or friend. So buddy is just another way to say friend, right? And we're going to kind of give ourselves a hug because a buddy is a friend and it makes us feel good. So you might hug your buddy. I know we're by ourselves, but ready? Buddy. So we have obeys, follow directions quickly, safety, attention, and buddy. Number 5 is station. A police station is a safe place to go if you need help. Okay, so station's a little bit tricky to have a motion for, but a station is like an office, a workspace, anything like that. So we're going to pretend that we're working. Okay, so station, work. Okay, ready? Station, work. So we have obeys, follow directions quickly, safety, attention, buddy, and station. Good job. Number 6 is speech. His job is to give a short speech. He will talk about airplane safety. So speech is when you stand in front of people and talk. So you're going to pretend you're standing up and you're going to talk. Say, la, 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 la. So speech. Obeys, follow directions quickly. Safety, attention, buddy, station, and speech. Our next vocabulary word is shocked. She is shocked at how hot it is outside. She needs to get out of the sun soon. So shocked, we're just going to make a shocked face, right? It's really surprised. It's, yeah, just you're surprised and maybe even a little, well, shocked. So we're going to go shocked. Maybe even a little home alone. Okay, so ready? Show me shocked. Awesome. So we have obeys, follow directions quickly, safety, attention, buddy, station, speech, and shocked. Our last vocabulary word for this is enormous. Only the workers can go inside the fence on this enormous work site. So enormous is just another way to say big, huge, large, giant. Excuse me. So for enormous, our motion is you're going to stretch your hands as far as you can because it's enormous. It's really big. Enormous. Ready? Enormous. All right, so we're going to try them. Ready? Obeys, Follow directions quickly. Safety. Attention. Buddy. Station. Speech. Shocked. And enormous. So a lot of really good words there. So, I'm so sorry. So, of course, we're also going to talk about specifically what those words mean. So, we have station, like we said, it's a workplace, office space, base, right? So you think of police station is probably the one you'll think of the most, especially in terms of the story. Safety, ways to keep from getting hurt, right? So things you do to stay out of danger, stay out of harm's way. Speech, a talk that you give to a group of people. Remember, that group of people could be an audience. That's our vocabulary word. Attention, focus, notice, so you're focused. Obeys, does what someone says. Buddy, friend or partner. Enormous, really big or huge. And shocked, surprised, upset. Okay, so sometimes it's not just surprised, but you may be a little upset. All right, so as always, it's time to grab a pencil and paper and work on our triggers, okay? All right, so as always, you're going to fold your paper into, really dark, sorry, 4 squares so that you have 8 altogether for our vocabulary word. So I folded it and I'm spreading it out. All right. So in our first corner, we're going to use examples, okay? So examples, we're going to do, obey, and we're going to do the examples and non-examples trigger. So we're going to have obeys, and we're going to do our T-chart of examples and non-examples. So what are some examples of obeys? Well, doing what you're told. Okay, doing what you're told. You might obey at school, right? Might obey your family. Might obey the law, right? As you get older, especially you need to obey the law. What are some non-examples of obeys? Well, not listening. Misbehaving, right? Using that prefix mis. You're not being safe. Right, so these are good non-examples of obeys. All right, so now let's work with safety. So safety, we're going to do an acrostic. So remember, with an acrostic, you can use a different color in the middle to make it more clear what your original vocabulary word was, and then build the words off of that with your original color. All right, so our next word was safety. So what are some words that we can think of to go along with the letters in safety for our trigger? Well, I think of with driving, I think of stop signs are there to keep people safe. If there were no signs and brakes, people would probably be running into each other and not be super safe, right? So I think of your guardians, like your grown-ups. They're there. Their job is to keep you safe, so you're safe with them, being safety there. I think of firefighters. They teach about safety. They keep us safe if things like that happen. So firefighters. In order to be safe and to make sure that you're doing things safely, you have to also listen. Okay. Just like your guardians, it's my job whenever I have you in person to keep you safe and to teach you safety rules and just make sure you're guided well with that. And of course, in order to stay safe and be safety, you have to obey your guardians, the teacher, the firefighters, the laws, anything that are in place to keep you safe. So it kind of has another vocabulary word connection there. All right, so our next word is going to be attention. And we're going to use our equation trigger. So think of things together that would equal attention. Well, I think of when I read, I get really focused and pay a lot of attention to what I'm reading. So focus plus read equals attention. You could say, if your grown-ups are yelling at you, you definitely should be paying attention, right? So guardians plus attention, plus yell equals attention. So you should definitely probably be focused on what they're saying. You could say me plus puppy or cat or dog equals attention because you're definitely going to be focused on that adorable puppy, that adorable pet. Okay, so things like that. All right, so buddy. And actually, let's think of one more for attention. So you plus me, the teacher, right? If I'm teaching, you definitely need to be paying attention. So that's a good one on there as well. For buddy, you're just going to draw a sketch. We're going to use a sketch trigger. And I'm just going to draw two people standing next to each other smiling because they're good friends. Might add some clouds, puffy clouds, flowers, things that really show that these are happy people. Right? So they're friends, they're buddies. All right. On our other side, we're going to start with station, and we're just going to give examples of different stations. Okay, so we have a police station, train station, fire station, bus station, a waste station, that's kind of like trash, garbage, things like that. Gas station, that's one you guys are probably pretty familiar with. So all good examples of stations. All right, for speech, we're also going to use the acrostic trigger for this word. So we have speech in our middle because that's the word we're building all the other words around. All right. So thinking about our book that you're going to read, he gives a lot of speeches on safety. And if you've ever had a guest speaker of a policeman, firefighter, they might give a speech about safety as well. So when you're giving a speech, you're speaking in front of people. If you've ever been on a plane or seen a movie with a plane in it, you might see that the flight attendants give a speech, a safety speech about how to use the different parts of the plane if there's an emergency. So there's things that help you breathe, where your life coats are, or life jackets are if you land in water, things like that. So we could say a flight attendant definitely gives a speech. Okay, so it's a big long one, flight attendants. If someone's giving a speech, you should definitely be paying attention because it might be really important what they're saying, or just also interesting. If someone is speaking about something, giving a speech, it's probably pretty important. Even if it's not about safety, if it's about something with school or something like that, it's always going to be pretty important, right? Okay? On the other side of things, if you've ever been to a circus or a show, they might give a speech at the beginning introducing everything. Like, welcome to the circus. Welcome to the show. Here's what to expect. So that's a speech in front of people. All right, and some people might think that giving a speech is hard. Some people don't like to be up in front of other people. Some people don't like to talk in front of people. So they might think that giving a speech is hard. Good job. All right, for shocked, we're going to use another sketch trigger. So you're just going to draw a big face and make it look shocked. So huge. So look at her, she's yelling. I might even add like her hand up here, like really shocked. To show she's extra shocked, like surprised. And we might even add like a little thought bubble. That she's thinking like, wow, shocked. And for our last vocabulary word, we're going to talk about enormous. Enormous, we're going to use equations to think of things together that are enormous. Okay, so if you think that large plus elephant, because elephants are already pretty big, is definitely going to equal enormous. You know, think of enormous as also kind of like giant, it's huge. So giant plus huge equals enormous. Think school plus size is enormous because some schools are really, really big and there's lots of people that go to them. And if you think back to Christmas, Santa plus cookies, so think about how many cookies he eats and thinks about his big jelly belly, is going to equal that enormous as well. Right? So those are our equation examples of enormous. Okay? So these are the vocabulary words you're going to look out for while we're reading and as we work through this week. So use these triggers to help you learn them as well. All right, friends, that's it for vocabulary. Have a great rest of your day.